Oh, we don't need an intro. We don't need an intro.
No,
We're
not
live.
at all.
It was
We're
asking
live.
me to, it was asking for us to do a 60-second countdown. I don't need a 60-second countdown. We're live, pal.
People will come as they come.
No, I think welcome, by the way, CCW Insider. This is the state of the last territory. It's a state of the union address. My name is Nelio Cuomo Costa. I am the executive director of Coastal Championship Wrestling, the last territory. With me is Tyler Cashmere. He is a really, really good play-by-play guy. He is a producer with us, and he has improved drastically from last year to this year. So he gets to be on this call, which is fun. So I'm excited. We'll get this shared around the socials. Hopefully, Eric is getting that around because we got some people coming in. Eric put this thing on the Twitter machine. If you're watching this later, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of stuff that are still valid. Just welcome, man. Welcome. Tyler, I kind of want to just cut you out for a second.
Yeah.
There you go. That's how easy it is. And I'll bring you back in just a second, Tyler. Coastal Championship Wrestling. We're entering our 21st year as a company. And I have to say that like the state of the last territory is a very, very strong one. Ticket sales from 2023 to 2024, show to show, were up 16%. And then from 2024 to 2025, we're just approximately right at that same amount of growth. So 30% year over year ticket sales. And that's on a show by show basis. We ended last year, 2024, with 74 or 73 live events. We're currently on pace to eclipse that this year, which is just amazing. You know, I think the company that I walked into about 6 years ago in this capacity versus how we're doing right now, I could not have wished or thought for anything better. So I'm excited, and that has a lot to do with you guys. 21 years. Started by the founder, Dan Ackerman and Bruno Sassi, long time ago, 21 years ago. How, do the math in your mind, 2004. And now we've kind of, their original dream or their original thought was to create what we're doing now. 10 shows in the month of May. I saw Gabe Sapolsky posted earlier a little blurb about us, and he's like, these guys run 10 to 12 shows a month. You need to get in with them. And we'll talk a little bit about Gabe Sapolsky, WWID, later. But just in general, the incredible growth from 6 years ago to now, but also like remembering 21 years ago, what an amazing thing that Dan Ackerman, Bruno Sassi did. He put a lot of money, time, energy, and now we're doing it. Now we're look at us, we're doing it. We're the last territory. So not just an increase in shows, not just an increase in revenue year over year on a per show basis, not just an increase in shows, but we've seen an incredible increase on our social media, on our video output. I'm really excited. Our monthly impressions are like, again, if you would have told me 2.53 million people are watching and seeing our socials and watching our stuff and all that type of stuff 6 years ago, I would have considered it a huge success. So that's something that this year I really put our focus on. You guys saw the addition of the live streams. We've been doing some live streams at Bash of the Brew. I still need to make sure you guys all buy tickets to Bash of the Brew or the live streams stop. But the point is our adding of live streams has been successful, and I'm excited for more of them. We're kind of working on a lot of that good stuff for this year. As you guys can probably see, we're swamped at the last territory, but we're swamped in a good way. So 21 years, and we're able to drink. Some other things this year, obviously, the horrible and unfortunate passing of Sabu. who we loved here at the last territory. One just funny Sabu story, and we'll move along. But like Sabu reminded me, and I guess because he's from Michigan, from Detroit, he reminded me a lot of my friends in Chicago who are just really sarcastic, like really funny, and he's like a no BS kind of guy, which was great, and 60 years old, and which is not old at all, but he lived 100 years of life in those 60 years. But just a funny, like one of the Nashville shows, and I think it was right at the end of COVID. Um, Sabu and Fonzie and myself were in the Nashville office, and we were laughing, and Sabu was just again very low key, very like curt guy. And I had brought a guy named was that music on the whole time? I have a guy named Caleb Hutchinson who was, I think he was like third in American Idol, and he was coming in for free, no cost, to sing the national anthem for us for that show. And his one thing was he asked to meet Sabu. And so we're all laughing at the office, and Sabu's chill. And Caleb walks into the office. He doesn't really announce himself. And just the funniest thing is Sabu like immediately just like whips around. He becomes Sabu. And right away he just starts, MFing Caleb and telling him, what are you doing walking in his office without a mask on? You're going to kill somebody. And then Caleb left, and Sabu turns to us like with a grin on his face, like a smirk on his face. So, of course, I go, and like, Sabu didn't know this was some American Idol guy, Nice guy, by the way. Caleb, you're listening to this. But I went to Caleb, and I was like, hey, man, I'm sorry, And Caleb turned to me, and he was like, dude, that was so awesome because, he felt that Sabu was Sabu. Like he didn't break, and I respect the hell out of that. And I've had some crazy times and some fun times with Sabu, but I've also I've seen a lot of. It's so sad to see a lot of the pain that he was going through near the end and stuff. But much respect to Sabu, and then of course losing Vince Steele a few months ago, somebody who was really important in my time here. At CCW and my, starting off here at CCW. So, you have those losses, obviously Kevin Sullivan, which is coming up on a year now, but, hopefully their memories will live on. Obviously like I think Vince Steele's memory lives on in all of wrestling. And, if you in CCW throughout his work in the Northeast, obviously Kevin Sullivan's, memory lives on through Florida Championship Wrestling and, WCW, and then Sabu and ECW and everything that he did. So, losing them is tough. But, overall, I think all of them lived amazing lives, gone too soon, but amazing lives. We have a bunch of fan questions. So I'm going to finish up kind of on the state of the territory. Our expansion into Tennessee has been successful. I am so excited for the future of what we're doing in Tennessee. We really started our monthly multiple show plan in January. We've done monthly shows. We love the Troubadour. We love what we're doing there. We love the story that we're telling. But we have some really interesting expansion plans within the Middle Tennessee area and throughout. It just takes time. It takes time to build a team and a crew of people who are bought into what we're doing. I say this all the time. I will go to war with anybody, with my Florida team, with my Jackal Stevens, with my Dominoes and Cha Cha Charlie, Ozzy, Skits, Gangrel. Ariel Levy. I will go to war with anybody. And I'm still, I think, piecing together that team in Nashville. I see unlimited potential in Tyler Shoup. I see unlimited potential in Parker Lee, Kobe, and as much as I hate to say it, I'm just kidding, Kobe. But I see unlimited potential in a lot of those guys. I see unlimited potential, and I see a lot of excitement with Ben Bishop and using him as an anchor and as a guy who can really push what we're doing in Tennessee as well. And then coming into Florida, I'm so excited with stuff that's going on in Florida. I always laugh because I had an announcement I wanted to make, and then, of course, we had 4 different awesome announcements drop, and people were wondering what that announcement was. And then when the actual original announcement, um, hits, then it's like, oh, we've had like 4 or 5. So some awesome stuff, and we'll get to that announcement later. Also, we were talking a little bit about WWID. I think there's awesome collaboration and some things in the future that I see with other companies. I see amazing things happening at Maple Leaf Pro. I see amazing things happening in Georgia with QT Marshall and One Fall, as we saw today. I think you'll see a very big CCW presence in July at Center Stage for that big show there. I don't know if he's announced some of the big names, but there'll be some cool stuff there. But to bring it back to Florida, to bring it back to the crown jewel of the territory, we moved to the Tank Brewing Company from Unbranded in October of last year, and we are so happy with our collaboration with the Tank. We're so happy with AC. We're so happy with the CCW beer, which is going to be available, by the way, in other CCW venues. It's really cool. We've kind of created this awesome network. Like our venues in Miami are cool with our venues in Tampa, are cool with our venues in Orlando, and our new venue in Vero Beach, wink, wink, for that announcement. They're all cool. So you're going to be able to buy that CCW beer at CCW shows. So I think there's going to be some amazing things. One of the things that I think is super amazing and super important, and we have a huge 3 show weekend, but I am incredibly excited with our new relationship with Vivo. Vivo is a hospitality brand, an amazing hospitality brand in South Florida. They're located in the Dolphin Mall, but they are expanding nationwide, and we want to be and we will be part of those expansion plans. So I know I got so many questions from the fans about expansion, and that is kind of one of the aspects of it. If we can partner with really awesome brands and venues who can, make us successful without watering down what we're doing with Florida, that's where we're going to go. But going forward, my focus is Florida and Tennessee. I have amazing guys ready to go in Georgia. We have amazing guys ready to go all over the country. But really, to kind of roll back what I wanted to talk about today, Florida, Tennessee, expect more video, expect more shows, more matches, and expect, I think, a pretty incredible future going into 2026. We saw last week, our partnership with, BRCW, Boca Raton Championship Wrestling. So that's 6 shows a year that we are a part of, with some big names and some crazy things. And you're going to expect some further collaboration. You're going to I think you're going to start seeing some video screens pop up at our shows, and some pyro pop up at CCW. Sometimes I don't think we need it, because I think we provide the best episodic professional wrestling of anybody right now. I think there's nobody who show to show, week to week, are putting on an independent level or with the budget or anything that we're doing better than us. So imagine adding some of those bells and whistles into what we're doing, which is happening. I think that's just going to be a no-brainer. I'm just really excited. To round it out, we'll talk talent. I mean, I don't see. It's hard in wrestling to. And Kevin Sullivan used to tell me, you have 2 years, right? You can book a great show for 2 years. You can you switch bookers every 2 years, right? We're going into year 6, so we've gone through those cycles. I've looked back and realized we had a pre-Alive era, we had our Coral Springs era, we had the Bash era, the beginning Bash era. We've gone into a new era. I think it's really cool. I think you're gonna see us move forward, and keep things rolling. The talent, they're not leaving, and that's not a bad thing. Like, the talent are staying power. They're fresh. I think our stories are fresh, and I think that's indicative in our ticket sales and indicative of what we're doing. Nothing's perfect. When you run 10 shows in May, 9 shows in June, 8 shows last month, I think 6 for the month previously, you're going to have issues. We see issues, right? Not every show is perfect, but I think episodically and just show to show, I think nobody touches us right now. So, that's something that I'm proud of. So expect more Ben Bishops. Expect more Domino, more Cha Cha Charlie. And let's see. Like I'm putting the challenge out to my Nashville guys. I put the challenge directly to Tyler Shoup, Dylan McQueen, Colby, and Parker Lee, because I think that those are 4 guys that we can build Nashville around. And in Florida, I have 30 core guys. I can't get enough. I don't have enough spots in Florida to get my core guys on this show. So, I'm excited. So the state of the last territory is amazing. I normally do this with my friend at Toned In Entertainment. He's saying CCW Georgia, let's go. I think QT Marshall. Let's talk to QT on that one, and let's close some deals. And it's 21 years, and it's time for a drink, guys. So let me bring Tyler back. I think that was enough. I could have literally gone the entire hour talking about what some of those numbers and some of those things and some of those thoughts that I had. But let's talk about some other things. Let's talk about some fan questions. We had a bunch of fan questions, Tyler. I think we have some cool questions on the stream as well. Let's start with Florida Pro Wrestling. Nelio, thank you for doing such a phenomenal job with CCW. I appreciate hearing your intentions to expand into new areas in Florida. That is a great question. I actually wanted to thank you because you kept alive a lot of the, Gordon Soley and Eddie Graham, and Kevin Sullivan, Bob Roop, Steve Kern, the core of Jerry Briscoe, Jack Briscoe, the core of what Florida wrestling is. And you talk about it and you talk about those different venues and those iconic places, and some of them are gone. So I wanted to thank Florida Pro Wrestling Territory. But when it comes to expanding into areas, I just kind of winked at Vero Beach for July 26th. Is that the Saturday? I kind of winked on that. I think we have such an amazing set of shows in Miami, in Kissimmee, in Tampa. Port St. Lucie, now Vero Beach. I think the Treasure Coast is really important for us. We have incredible ticket sales and we have incredible merch sales on the Treasure Coast. When we look at our live stream numbers, we see a lot of Treasure Coast people watching the show. So we're looking at that type of stuff. I'm quite partial to Fort Myers. I have had venues in place and ready to go for a long time. It's really about just finding the right difference between like too many shows and not enough logistics and quality shows. So it's a great question, but you'll see Vero Beach, you'll see Fort Myers, you'll see Daytona, but you'll also make sure we will also make sure that doesn't take anything away from Tampa or Orlando. But a really, really great question for someone who really does love and spend time on Florida wrestling. When CCW Puerto Rico, I love Puerto Rico. Ask everybody about my love for Puerto Rico. I've been to Puerto Rico so many times. I get a lot of people I know get not me, but a lot of people get their gear made in Puerto Rico because it's really like they love professional wrestling in Puerto Rico. If we go to Puerto Rico, I would love to do a partnership with the Colognes. I wouldn't want to just go and run on the island. I do see the numbers of people who and the stars from Puerto Rico who've come onto our show and all that. But I'd love to make a deal with the Colognes to do something as opposed to running that island. Great question, Medina.
We're already getting great questions flowing in here, Nelio.
I know. So give me one from earlier because a bunch of people already wrote. Give me an earlier question, Ty.
Well, one question I just had right off the bat, as all these questions are coming in, I wanted to ask you about this upcoming Pompano Beach show, Breakout 48, this Friday. I actually want to talk about the new crop of talent that we're seeing, the new names we're seeing. Like, the definition of interesting, Elon. We're seeing names like Rango.
Tyler. We were supposed to be asking fan questions. You just like are like you.
I've been chomping at the bit in the waiting room for 15
I'm
minutes.
like, here, let's do fan questions first, maybe. Okay. Yes. But to stop you there, Skits versus Cha Cha Charlie Friday at Breakout, huge main event. That's going to be awesome. And then you have the Invoked Nick Turner and Veritas with NVIDIA versus the Night Riders, the original Night Riders, ride again. The men who have their images on the CCW tag titles, they'll face off Friday. But that's not a question. I didn't want a question from you, Tyler. Let's go to the earlier questions. Okay, let's see.
I'm sorry,
okay, Jerry.
I was waiting to talk
CCW
about wrestling.
expand. Everyone wants to expand. The CCW want to expand into new cities. Yes, that's when I just said that. I'm just kidding. Thank you, Jose. Though, yes, of course, but we want to make sure that the quality is good. We love the WWE. We love the WWE ID matches. Who are the guys you think will click in the future? Thank you, Jose, for asking that. We saw Sean Legacy. I've liked Sean Legacy. We saw him get a big win on NXT. I think down here we've seen Gal. I think in terms of star power, I worked with Jack Cartwheel 4 years ago, in 2001. And at Bash, I always thought he must be 25, or sorry, he must be 30 years old. And then at Bash a few weeks ago, I said, Jack, how old are you? Because I thought he was brought in as like a veteran presence for WWED, and he's 23 years old. Yeah. But he wrestles like a veteran. He's not a guy who, like, if you know me, he's not a guy that like you would think that I would love, but he's so entertaining. The crowd gets it going. It's not my style, like off the top of my head, but it's just so good that I think Jack Cartwheel is the guy. I love Timothy Thatcher, but again, that's like, to me, like, Timothy Thatcher as a WWED guy, I think he's brought in as a guy to be like, on top, Cappuccino Jones, any of the guys who've worked at CCW, Aaron Rourke, who was wrestling Dylan McQueen. Aaron Rourke is a very important matchup this Saturday at Music City Fight Night. In particular because he needs to save the Tennessee title, because Dylan McQueen is out here telling people that he is retiring my CCW Tennessee title.
Can he just do that? I mean, champions can just
come on, Dylan. But it's Dylan and it's Aaron Rourke. That's on Saturday in Tennessee at the Troubadour. And Aaron Rourke better win, because I am not retiring that CCW Tennessee title. So that is something, right? Let's see, 1 second. We have an incredible show for Music City Fight Night, by the way. But just to go back to the question at hand, I'm really excited about. We have Jack Cartwheel and Tyler Shoup. I put this match together because I think Tyler Shoup has it. I don't make any of the decisions in terms of who is recruited. Obviously, like, you get in there, you bust your ass, and a gentleman by the name of Gabe Sapolsky, and I'm sure he has input from other people, will choose who are the guys who will be ID'd. But I wanted to put a guy like Jack Cartwheel with Tyler Shoup, because I obviously see something in Tyler Shoup. I see something in everybody. Parker Lee and Chris Farrow, I'm very excited about. But also Gabe Sapolsky, the seminar and scouting tryout Saturday. I believe we have about 6 spots left. So Professional Wrestlers, Nashville, Saturday. Because we were talking about ID, I can segue a little bit into that. What else about ID? I love its gal. I mean, I love like the look. I think he's got a future. Aaron Roberts, I think you'll see him next month in Nashville. He's just a big guy, 360 pounds. He doesn't look like a WWE guy. You know what I mean? He had which is good. But that's, if you know me, sorry, that's a compliment. Just a big 360 pound dude who is not attractive. He's mean. He's a guy that you could just see fighting you in a bar, and he's in his 20s. Love that kid. And then there's a kid who trained at AIW with Dominic Guarini, who worked 2 shows, and I feel like an idiot because I can't remember his name. That guy was awesome too. So those are my favorites. I hope to see a lot more, and I like the program. If you just ask about the program in general, I think it's a really good idea. You know, I think you got to get reps in front of real audiences. You got to get reps in front of 300 people, 400 people, 500 people at Bash or 300 people in Kissimmee. You got to have reps in front of that, type of audience. So I think we're perfect for the WWID official matches, and I think you'll see those continuing.
Also, Nelly, I wanted to also ask you, because I know fans have been asking about this. When that WWE ID champion is crowned and they go to defend it with partnering promotions like us here in the Last Territory, I mean, just the idea of like a CCW superstar defeating a WWE ID champion, becoming WWE ID champion. I mean, the fans are even wondering if that's a possibility, if they will be defending championships, which I believe they will be.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's certain guys that I obviously am quite partial to. I think Meadow. I think, I don't know. I don't know what any of the WWID guys have that Meadow doesn't have. So yeah, Meadow is going to win that. Meadow win the title. Get in the gym, Meadow. He's probably watching this in the gym right now. Get in the gym, brother, and win that title. Whoever wins, if it's Sean Legacy, which I think he's the breakout right now, right? Or if it's Timothy Thatcher, go and beat Timothy Thatcher. I think of that Timothy Thatcher spot, and I think also of a guy like Stallion and a guy like Briggs. I don't know. I haven't spoken to them about this. But I think this program, you need more than just one Timothy Thatcher in this thing. So I see there's a lot of opportunities. Can you imagine, new tag team champion Stallion Rogers winning the WWE ID title and taking that around the country? I think that's something that would be awesome. And those seminars are awesome. Like I'll say this, probably. Wow, almost 2 years of Evolve. Let me start this. Evolve is one of the reasons why CCW is around. Like I wanted Evolve. Like I wanted to do Evolve. I went to a lot of Evolve shows, and so it's cool. It's cool for me to now speak to the founder and the creator of Evolve, and hear some of his ideas on where he wants to go, and I think he's the right guy for this. And just being a part of that's been really cool. So I think there's some really good future things, right? Meadow bring home the gold. I believe it. Meadow's the guy. Domino. I think Domino. Like, I don't want to lift back the curtain too much, but. I think a guy like Domino too is just so good. He's so natural. He's become, everyone calls themselves the face of the company or the franchise and stuff. Cha-Cha's the franchise. I'm not saying anything. Actually, Shane Douglas is the franchise. But I'll say this, Domino has done an incredible job carrying, wearing the brand and the flag on his shoulder. And I think that should be included in part of, who you want at the WWE. Who do you want to be a WWID guy? If he can carry the flag and the brand of CCW, then he can carry the flag and the brand of WWE or Ring of Honor, or TNA, So I think that's something that needs to be put into effect, into the idea of it. Because of course everyone, I just talked about Aaron Roberts, who's 360 pounds and looks like a BMF. That guy wasn't in the WWE when, in the early 2000s, in the mid 2000s, right? They all seem to look the same for a long time. They all look like incredible abs. They all look like freaking athletes and stuff, and you sometimes need just a mean, bad BMF, right? So, sometimes you have different things, right? So that's great.
Yeah, he tore the house down with Aaron Rourke at Havoc and Hayes a couple months ago. unbelievable matchup. I was really impressed with Roberts in that one, so I'm sure he's going to come back and just bring it to the last territory again.
June 21st, you'll have we have a huge match June 21st in Nashville. Big Ben Bishop, and I don't know if I should disclose his opponent, but it's a match that they've been talking about online. So expect a lot of videos back and forth before June 21st. Buy your tickets in advance on that. So, but that was a great question, Jose. Who was that? Let's see. This is a great question. When is Vinicius suspension getting lifted? Vinicius brutally attacked a referee at anniversary on March 28th. I do not see the suspension being lifted anytime soon, unfortunately. Bill Alfonso has threatened legal. We heard it. He's legally threatened to get Vinicius reinstated, but I don't think it's happening for a long time, unfortunately. Yeah. And it's crazy because we saw Ariel's return and his brutal attack on Allen. So, I would expect the focus to be on them. Unfortunately, we take our referees seriously, and that was some brutal stuff. Great question. Give me another one from earlier, Tyler.
We got a question asking, does Tampa host tryouts?
So we do tryouts. We do tryouts at the school. Just DM me. I think about expanding the school. I just saw House of Glory opened a school in Orlando. I think there's like 25 schools in Orlando. There's like going to be a 26th one. I don't know how the school. I don't know how if there's potential for a school in Tampa run. So just be ready. Also, feel free, come to one of our tryouts in Pompano Beach, and it's worth the price of admission, $20, $30. You get a tryout, you get a workout with Gangrel, you get to do some promos, you really get to feel how it feels. So, it's worth the 3-hour drive and the $30, whatever it is. And I believe the next one is coming up in a few months, and that's good. Is Jake Painter the future? Right now, Adam, no. I'm just kidding. I like Jake. I like Jake a lot. He's a really good kid. Great look. And now we're seeing a lot more aggression from him in the ring, and I like him a lot. I like him personally too. Good question.
Rock Pop's asking here, how does it feel having a former WWE superstar be the tag champions of both BRCW and CCW?
It's a hard question. I know I was shocked. I was shocked at how upset the CCW fan base were to see that Matt Riddle and Stallion Rogers defeated 5-Star Era at BRCW on Sunday.
I mean, I was shocked by that result.
Everyone was shocked and mad. I mean, the fans and the people around the business who had my phone number, the text immediately started streaming in like this is a joke or something. And not a joke, an incredible match. One of the best matches that I've ever seen. It was one of those things where you grab all 4 competitors at the curtain, and guess what? It'll happen again, and it's happening Saturday at Vivo, at our new show at the Dolphin Mall, and I know you'll see the video tomorrow. I know 5-Star Era have lost their minds. They are only thinking about getting the CCW Tag Team titles back, and I think Riddle and Stallion, they might have underestimated them a little bit coming into the match on Saturday. They will not be overestimating them this weekend at Vice City Slam at the Dolphin Mall in Vivo, which is, by the way, our most party-like venue. I love Bash. I love Tampa. It's a party. Kissimmee's a party. CCW's a party. Vice City Slam, 4x that. 4x the amount of partying. So you have a huge rematch Saturday, and it was just an incredible match. So Good question. Let's jump with another question, Tyler.
I like this question to follow up right off there. Are we going to get a CCW versus BRCW invasion show, Nelio? That would be a conflict of interest for you, I'm sure. But I mean, that would be unbelievable.
Justin, I would love that. I would love that. You know what? Yes, we're gonna make it happen. I talked about war games. The problem, Justin, I was talking about war games, BRCW versus CCW, just as a like mind experiment. A lot of our guys would be on the same side. We have a lot of overlap in terms of the roster, so I think there could be something really, really, really good and really, really cool about a show like that. So you expect that show, just because you said it. Expect that show sooner rather than later.
I think it's awesome how territorial our fans are here in the last territory when it comes to stuff like that. And we see it in this next question. We're gonna go to Rock Pops first. Yeah, that would be an amazing match. I mean, for Game of War, we could get that for next year. Let the BCRW champions go at it. CCW champions, one team and another team. Me and Dan definitely be on the call for that. I know that for sure. But I want to jump into this question here from Trace. Speaking of fans feel a little territorial, how about, can you give us any spoilers for Tampa shows? What are we going to have to do in Tampa to get shows like you all do in Miami? Well, I mean, I feel like Tampa has had some amazing shows, and they've gotten very spoiled on their cards. But Trace wants
put it up. Put it up. Wait, click it. Put it on the screen.
I can't. You're the host for right now. So yeah, there you
go. You stay out of practice, Trace. Yes. We had Aleister Black in a banger in Tampa.
His first match in the independent scene for like over 5 years.
But I'm gonna say this. We are on the precipice of adding a show north of Tampa. To go 2 times a month in Tampa. I promise you, I will pack Tampa with some of our best talent. We're looking at Big Ben Bishop, Beastman. We're looking at kind of some of who I see as our real like heavy hitters coming in. And of course, with the Cha-Cha Charlies, the Dominoes, the Meadows, the Eddie Valentines. And, I love Tampa because it's a nice place where the Nashville guys can get some play. We saw Dylan McQueen with the title defense of the Tennessee title there. Trace, I promise to bring the heavy hitters. I also spoke to Brutus Beefcake this weekend. He wants to go. I advised him against the Heat for this upcoming one. But you'll see Brutus Beefcake, and you'll see some other like the legends in Tampa. Like Tampa is where older wrestlers come to retire, and they're around and they love the show, and sometimes they just need an invitation, and so you're going to see a lot of that. Will there be an expansion to the women's division? Yes. I think what is happening now with Nikki Blackheart, Ruthie J, I'm loving Shelly Bombshell. I've known Shelly for a long time, so it's hard to. Shelly Bombshell. Obviously, Clara Change has been great. Judy Attitude, Nvidia. But yes, someone who's ready to go, that I think is the next big star, not just in the women's division, but in CCW, is Sarah Wilder. Sarah Wilder, you see her on Alive, you see her personality, you see where she's going. When she puts just a few more pieces together, she is going to be a big star. Spoke to Lindsay Snow this weekend. Spoke to a lot. Valentina Rossi. I love Valentina. I think she's awesome. So you're gonna expect more from the women's division. I like Emma. I like Carolina Cruz. I like them all.
Sophia Savan returning this Saturday to the
last
Sophia, Nikki Blackheart.
Sophia has such a she just looks like a star, and she carries herself like a star. So I expect that. Expect an expansion, because we have to always be expanding. Oh my God, J-Rod.
Yes,
J-Rod. Freya. I mean, honestly, if you put it all together, And if you gave me tomorrow $10 million, $20 million for a traveling wrestling show, a la what they do at Raw, a la what they do at AEW, I would put J-Rod, Freya, Ruthie, Nicole, Kristen Blaze, Clara. I'd put them against any women's roster in the universe, in the planet. Carolina Cruz, Sophia Savan, and other like debuting women talent, upcoming debuts as well. I'd put them against anybody else's roster, and we'll do it.
Yeah, Ruthie J taking on J Rod this Saturday coming up at Nashville. That's going to be a tough one for the women's champion. So that one can't.
I don't think Ruthie survives that one.
It is hard seeing how dominant J Rod's been in her matches. I'll be honest with you. But Ruthie J, the thing about her, Nelio, she is slippery. By hook or crook, she walks away as CCW Women's Champion every single time holding on to that belt. So that one's going to be one to keep your eyes on.
Tyler, what does slippery mean? What insinuation is that?
It means that every time you think you got her beat, she just slips right from under you. Look at that, CCW Women's Champion.
Slippery, you say.
Ruthie J taking on J Rod.
She doesn't look slippery there. She looks glistening. She's wearing makeup. She doesn't look slippery, Tyler. No, this is the match. This is the match. Again, this is a match like this is a match I wanted Gabe Sapolsky to see. I think J-Rod has all the tools. I think Ruthie has at least 5 tool, right? She's the 5-star athlete. But I think both of them in front of 300 people on Saturday. I think a few years from now they could be in front of 30,000 people. So that's an exciting one to watch in Nashville. So yeah, call me out in the women's division again. I think we have the best one. Kristen Blaze is that girl too.
Oh, of course.
And then we have the champ. We have the king saying Sarah Wilder is fire. I believe it. I love it. I think Sarah Wilder is the next big star, not just men and women. Talking about next big stars, I like Alon a lot. There's a kid, Craig Merlot, who's nowhere near ready, but when he is ready, I mean, I don't want to put any extra pressure on this kid because it's going to take time. But this kid is special. Like, he is hysterical and scary and like quick and so different. But Sarah Wilder is next up, Tampa is loyal to CCW. I'm going to say this. Trace, Brittany, I say this every time. I don't know how. Maybe it's just because it is Tampa, but the crowd reaction, they always come. We're building such a loyal audience in Tampa, like you said. Tampa, I think I just said Tampa is becoming the epicenter or one of the epicenters of the last territory. And if you would have told me that a few years ago, I would have never believed it. But it's true. Like, I'm loving it. I'm loving what we're doing at Magnanimous. I'm loving what we're doing in Expansion. And Tampa loves wrestling. They love the stories that we're telling. They know what happened at Bash. They know what happened in other places. So Tampa is a huge part of where we're going, and it was one of those happy accidents, one of those happy accidents. Great question. I apologize for the mileage. I know.
Everyone feels that one.
It's true. I got to tell you, William Bailey, you're at every show, and I can't believe it. I turn around and you're there, so I can't imagine. You're at Kissimmee, you're at Tampa, you're at Port St. Lucie, you're at Miami. The mileage on this man's car, incredible, but it's true. It's very, very true.
We have multiple questions asking about maybe a women's Southeastern Championship in the future, maybe women's tag belts.
Every time you add a belt, you dilute the other belts. But that being said, the way that the women's division has grown, a Southeastern title. I also like the fact that we, like, as I think as the Nashville territory expands, into 3 shows in Tennessee a month. In the next 6 months, we'll have most likely three to five. We're also in negotiations with a weekly show on Broadway, which is really a show that, if you know Broadway, a show that will not be I don't think will be tailored to wrestling fans. It'll be tailored to violence and country music fans and stuff like that. So I think as that happens, then I think adding a CCW women's Tennessee title is in the mix, or a CCW Tennessee Tag Team Championship might be something that we look into. But at the moment, more titles doesn't mean more ticket sales or people or more interest. You know what I mean? I think that CCW women's title is pretty awesome. I think Ruthie's had it for how long has Ruthie had it? Tell them all.
Over 540 days. I don't know where it's sitting at right now.
So if you look at the amount of defenses that Ruthie J has on that one particular title, it makes that really, really important. And if you dilute that and you switch the title all the time and you do less with more. So great question. More opportunities for women's wrestling at CCW? Yes, please. But more titles, that's harder,
Rock Pop's asking if there's another location you want CCW to expand to in Florida, where would it be at? I know you mentioned a specific location earlier.
Yeah, July 26th in Vero Beach for Chaos, Roots in Chaos. I'm just going to slowly make the announcement throughout the rest of the hour. But yes, Vero Beach, north of our current location in Tampa. Also adding a second show in Son of the Beach in Kissimmee on a monthly basis. That'll be a weekday show. That'll be a television-focused show, hopefully live streaming. So, that's the expansion now. I love Fort Myers. I love West Palm Beach. I love wrestling. I love putting on shows, I also love my 5-year-old daughter. So as long as I can still see her on occasion, I'll continue doing, the best, Grab some of the questions. We're answering the people who are answering questions now. Why don't we do some of the questions from earlier, Tyler? Like, let's see.
I'm pulling questions from earlier. Let's see. I'm trying to see right now if we've been missing any. Just people showing love to Eddie Valentine. People showing love to Pretty Rich Wise. Which weird cast there.
Key West. I love Key West. Thank you, Monty Regime. Yes, we have an amazing partner in Marathon that we did an amazing show for. We'll be doing another one in the future. But yeah, I have had a radio host in the Keys, and I've been on his radio show probably 4 times now, and he has declared he has gone to war for the mayor to have us in the middle of Key West on a city show. And at this point, just because of how supportive he's been, I'll do it, 4 times a year, go to the Keys. Have you ever been to Blue Heaven in the Keys? Have you ever been to Blue Heaven in the Keys? Or you go to Hemingway's house, go snorkeling in the Keys, and then you come and you watch an amazing wrestling show. I think that's a way to go.
I'm ready for it. CCW Bash at the Beach. Let's go.
The Keys.
The Keys.
But yes, I love that question. I love the Keys.
I love this question. Will we have more Lucha Libre in CCW?
Where is it?
It's from Medina. Got to scroll up a little bit. I wish I could click on.
He said we'll have more Mexican wrestlers.
And then he said second, Lucha Libre.
Oh, yeah.
He elaborated on it.
All right. Yeah. Yes. It's funny because there's a really good crop of great Lucha Libre style wrestlers in Georgia. I don't know if it's just because of Atlanta, amazing lucha libre, luchadors in Chicago and some other places. So yeah, 100%. You'll see more of that in CCW. Let's see. Eric is killing me here, so 1 second.
Trace asking, what can we loyal fans do more of for CCW?
You guys, especially Trace, like you're so like great. There is there's a few guys in Tennessee that I guess I got to shout out. Jeremy Frey, who brings 30 deep, 30, 40 deep to every Nashville show, and you guys buy front row, and you guys are so awesome. And not just that, but Andy Shaw in Nashville, who's just like, he is out there spreading the word, spreading the gospel of CCW and bringing their friends and bringing more people. And then I see them with more people, with more people, with more people, with more people. So it's like, that's just awesome. Like, thank you. Like, that's awesome. But Trace, you being there, you being supportive of the wrestlers, you doing everything that you do, I think is enough. But like, you tell me what we can do for you guys, you know. Eric said, you've been announcing it. The announcement is here. CCW Rooted in Chaos, July 26th in Vero Beach, Walking Tree Brewery, 8 p.m. Tickets will be on sale in the next few days. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to piggyback off of an amazing game of war that we're going to have that we haven't even talked about. Dynamite starting in 9 minutes. And you have a special, very awesome CCW presence on Dynamite tonight.
Can't miss episode of Dynamite.
Blow your mind. But we're going to keep going. We're going to just keep going, Tyler.
Yeah.
We'll just watch it here. But just Rooted in Chaos, Walking Tree Brewery is awesome. It's an awesome place for wrestling. The ownership there is awesome. The management there is awesome. It's a great vibe, and I think we're a great fit. And we love the Treasure Coast. We're moving aggressively into the Treasure Coast. So look for tickets to be on sale because of the space, we're limited at 325. So that just expect to sell out.
That's going to go quick.
Yeah, so expect to sell out for Rooted in Chaos for July 26th because, for pre-sale, like Game of War pre-sales, eclipsed that number very quickly. So, if and I promise awesome shows. I promise amazing stuff. Let's get some more questions.
We got here. You already pulled one up here. A CCW Florida versus Tennessee showcase sounds dope, honestly. It does indeed, Phil.
You know what? I think about it, and I'm going to say this. And I kind of like – I like a little rivalry. Dylan McQueen is going nuts in the chat. Dylan, I'm going to send you an invite link. You're going to be able to get on this show in a second. I love TNC. So I'm going to say this. Florida and Tennessee. Let's pull that up. Florida and Tennessee. I love the idea of a rivalry. I love the idea of a war games. I love the idea of that because we have, if we see it, we saw it. Kobe versus Cha Cha.
Yeah.
Imagine Dylan versus Domino. Imagine Hoodrich and Caden versus 5-Star Era. Imagine J-Rod versus Ruthie. We're having a little bit of it, right? Imagine that type of showcase and let's do it. Let's do best of 7 matches, Tennessee versus Florida. Four wins gets the win for your team. And let's keep this thing going, right? Here's the thing. And I've said it because I bring the Tennessee guys down to Miami. I got 30 guys in Florida deep who will who will go through a wall for CCW. You know what I mean? So we have to build that team in Tennessee. And I'm gonna bring Dylan on. I'm gonna bring if I can get Dylan. If I can give him a link, I'll bring him right on because Dylan is a leader. He wants to destroy my belt.
He's gonna retire it. We're not gonna see.
Well, I'm gonna add him to the chat. Let me. Dylan, if I wasn't so old, I would have probably had you on here already. But I'll say this: I'm putting the challenge to my Tennessee guys to put in the work and the intensity and to care as much about where we're going as a company and as a show as the guys that I have with me in Florida. And I am a Tennessee guy. I have a home in Tennessee. I love Tennessee. And I've said this. Dylan, Tyler, Parker, Ben Bishop, because I'm calling him a Tennessee guy now. They have a look. They look more marketable than a lot of the guys that we have down here. But there's a heart and soul in CCW in Florida that we just need to cultivate and bring up to the last territory. And you know Dylan is that heart and soul. But now I got Domino. Bring it, Tennessee. You got nothing on us. We're gonna have a War Games. We have an incredible War Games this. We have an incredible War Games that are less than a month away. Oh my God! But I'm hoping next year we can see maybe a Tennessee and Florida War Games, and I want to have War Games in Tennessee, and I know exactly where to have it. So expect a CCW Florida versus Tennessee show, best of 7. And expect a War Games. And expect, Eric, write this down when you're listening to this. When my Tennessee guys come to Florida, I want a CCW Tennessee logo next to their name. And I want that Nashville skyline right in the background because I love the city of Nashville. And when my Florida guys, Eric, when they go up to Tennessee, I want that Florida logo. What's the Florida logo? An alligator, Tyler?
Yeah, throw an alligator on there. State of Florida, an alligator coming out of it.
Let me try to think. Okay, we're gonna find a Florida. We're gonna find a Florida.
Our South Florida guys are gonna have to have Sebastian the Ibis representing when they go up there.
And Lil Pump. Lil Pump's coming with us, by the way. Lil Pump is CCW, by the way. I don't know if you saw a couple bashes ago, but he's ready to come in. He's ready to train. He's ready to kick some ass. I got my money on Lil Pump. You know what? Put Lil Pump in the War Games.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
We got somebody. We got an extra spot. We got a surprise. Maybe it'll be Lil Pump.
Lil Pump is going to be our David Arquette.
No, better than David Arquette. Great question. Great question. Let me go to another great question. Meadow. How do you see the future of Meadow? He's had a historic run as SEC, as Southeastern champion, and it seems he's closing his road for the heavyweight title belt soon, which we saw some tag matches with him. What's the future for Meadow? I think that's a great question. I kind of always hope the future for Meadow is the WWE. But today and where we're going now, I think Bash of the Brew, it's 4-on-4. No DQ. It's Meadow, Domino, Maximus, and Cha-Cha Charlie. Versus the Stallion, Jackal, Alex Chamberlain, and Eddie Valentine. That's at Bash in 2 weeks. Meadow is surrounded by friends, but all of those friends also want to dethrone Eddie Valentine. Maximus, Cha-Cha Charlie. Domino is Southeastern champion, so maybe he's not as focused, but we saw Eddie destroy Domino. Nearly broke his neck a few weeks ago. So
gave him a concussion before one of the biggest matches of his life.
So we're looking at Meadow, who is solely focused on regaining that CCW heavyweight title, but he's surrounded by guys that he trust. So I think this is going to be the hardest spot for Meadow. You know, when you come off a heavyweight title run, it's and it was a great one. Started off with beating QT Marshall and bringing that title into CCW back home here every weekend. Here, there, he carried that flag for us. It was very controversial. The end at Anniversary, we've all seen it. Controversial end of his title reign, and I think it's how you respond to it. You know, he's intense. He's got all the tools. Now let's just put it together. So great question for Rock Pops. How's the other half of the Crown? Any updates on him? There's been a couple questions about Leonis. Leonis is taking a little bit of time, and never say never. You know, at Vivo, he might run out there on Saturday, and he might make Maximus a CCW heavyweight champion this Saturday. But there's some other cool things that he's been a part of that we can't disclose, and I'm excited for him, and I hope great things for him. But I also hope that he gets back as soon as possible. And I love Maximus, and I love Leonis. I had so much reverence for what I felt was one of the best title reigns in CCW history. They came in new, fresh, changed things up, and it was awesome. And I will always, if Leonis, if that's it for Leonis, I am forever grateful to everything that he's done. Yeah,
just one of the greatest tag teams in CCW history. That match at Anniversary 20, them and South American Alliance, just unbelievable. Just all the wars they've been through. The Crown just go down as one of the greats. I hope we can see Leonis sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Also, we were getting blasted in the chat about Dylan McQueen. We were getting called cowards. The Nashville faithful is showing out. They are not happy with us at all. No, you need to figure this out and get this man on the show. Get our Nashville heavyweight champion on the show.
Okay, well, again, I for some reason have gotten old out of nowhere. I'm old. I'm old now.
You're gonna have to face it on Saturday when Dylan McQueen's there and he's retiring. I'll
be there. By the way, I got an unhinged message from Dylan, like demanding I'm there on Saturday. I will be there. Gabe Sapolsky will be there. We have a lot of WWID things. I unfortunately will not be at Vivo, which I'm so excited, but Vivo is going to rock it. We're going to do incredible things at Vivo anyway. But I'll be in Tennessee, Dylan. But let me see. I'll get let me see. 1 second. Whatever. Invite link. This isn't good. This isn't good. This isn't good TV right now. Continue. Give me another question.
Let's see right here. We just got love for the Crown. There you go. I know MVP was at the Anniversary recently. Has there been any thoughts of bringing Shelton Benjamin in with MVP, maybe for a one-off tag match?
Yeah, and Bobby Lashley as well. So we'll see. It's really just numbers and trying to put it together. And you want to have a venue and a show and a time and all that type of stuff for it to come together. So yeah, there's definitely been discussion, and I'm stoked. I love Shelton Benjamin, love him, and Bobby Lashley's cool as hell. Like he just has it all. So yeah, and MVP is like him coming back at Anniversary. Specifically for Dan, was a really cool full circle moment because he got to walk out there in front of a crowd that was just insane, and he really loved. I know for a fact he loved his experience. So yes.
David saying Anniversary 21 was a hell of a show and can't wait for Game of War next. I mean, just the biggest shows we put on for PSL. They are just banger after banger every time. Game of War just going to fall in Anniversary 21's footsteps.
Yes, William. Unfortunately, you cannot hurt and beat up a referee. It's just not allowed. CCW is phenomenal. Thank you. Okay. Oh, it's 8:04, guys. This has been a blast. I can't believe we haven't been doing this as much. I'm really, really excited about what the future brings. I'm looking at some other questions. To wrap it up, man. Oh, Julio Cesar. I want to see him win something big like the Coastal Cup. $10,000 is my month.
10K Julio is pretty big. Back-to-back ladder match winner. I mean, Julio Cesar, when it comes to big matches, he shows up. He hasn't quite got a championship around his waist yet, but never count out the kid, especially when he's there in that South Florida crowd. They love him.
$10,000. Coastal Cup is a cup. It's a cup with an engraving with a name. I know your name lives forever, but would you rather have the Coastal Cup or $10,000?
You got to buy his grandma a car.
$5,000. Yeah.
I mean, that was huge for Julio Cesar.
The first time he got the big check, he went to the bank to try to cash the check. I said, "No, man, I'm going to send you a wire."
He is the kid.
He's the kid. He really is a kid. He didn't even have a bank account. First time he got a bank account. Okay, guys. Thank you. I was actually able to do the invite link for Dylan McQueen. So I'm going to bring Dylan on. Before I do, I want to kind of wrap up everything before the chaos ensues. I got to say thank you, everybody, for an incredible year. Thank you, all of the students. That was another thing. Our student profile has increased like so much. So many new guys. I'm so excited. I mean, I think everyone has seen it by now. Mickey Gall, who is an incredible UFC competitor, he just gets in there and he busts his ass. And he's you know, when it's time for him to make his CCW debut. I don't know if I'm breaking any news here, but I think that's going to be awesome because, you know, you've seen what he's done. We're incredibly excited about the Gabe Sapolsky seminar this weekend. We have another Gabe Sapolsky seminar happening in Florida, which is going to be awesome as well. And that's all Florida wrestlers. But it's a Thursday, 6:00 start. The one on Saturday is going to be about 4 hours. This one, I expect it to go maybe even a little longer. Gabe is very, very precise. You know, one of the things that Gabe has told me in our time together, and I believe it, sometimes I do need to be more blunt. So if you're a professional wrestler and you really, really want to know, where am I at? This is the place to go. You will get an unfiltered answer of where you are, how close you are to ID, to NXT, to WWE. And sometimes that sucks, but it's necessary for you to grow and to get better. Okay. Thank you, Tyler. And let's bring on, the man, the CCW. The CCW Tennessee champion. He defeated Cha-Cha Charlie. He's defeated Parker Lee. He's defeated Colby Carter. He's had some of the best matches that we've seen in Tennessee. I think he's someone with an incredibly bright future. Before I sent him the link, but before I bring him on, watch Dynamite. It's starting now. Don't leave. Put it on in the background. We're gonna give Dylan his time. Watch Dynamite, please. Your minds are gonna be blown, CCW fans, or DVR it. I sent the link, Dylan.
Anticipation building up. Dylan McQueen. I can't wait for this. I know he's gonna have a lot to get off his chest. It's been. Julio Cesar and Marvin Cruz are the future of CCW. Absolutely.
Dylan McQueen welcomes Zaddy,
The
the
Zaddy.
Tennessee champion, reigning, defending Tennessee champion, wrestling Aaron Rourke, Evil Gay, on Saturday at Music City Fight Night. Dylan, welcome to Insider.
I think we lost.
He's just mean mugging me.
You wish. You wish. You wish you'd lost me. You wish. Is it my turn to talk? I'm wondering. Is it my
I
turn?
just introduced you, Dylan. Come on, Tyler.
Okay, so I have been the standard bearer of Tennessee CCW. Let me just correct you one little quick second. I should have been your inaugural CCW champion. If you don't remember your employee, Cha-Cha Charlie, inserting himself into my match, I had nothing to do with him losing his opportunity. He got inserted to my match. He cost me my championship. And since then, I have defeated every single person in CCW, including Colby Carter, who was the recipient of that cheap shot, and including Cha-Cha Charlie. But I wouldn't expect you to know that. I wouldn't expect you to have been paying attention because you've got your irons in so many fires, Nelio. You probably don't realize that I'm 35 days away from being the longest reigning CCW Tennessee champion ever. You probably don't realize that I've defended this title 10 times since I have been giving it in 5 different states, north and south, all across this country. And you want to talk about being present because people like Gabe Sapolsky are going to be there and WWE ID people are going to be there. What about the people who have been building your show? That's exactly why I did not ask you. And I told you this title is going to be put on the shelf because I have defended against every single person in every single company that I have faced. I have defended this belt. And you bring me Aaron Rourke. Where's my Bobby Lashley? Where's my MVP? Where's my Lil Pump? Where's my celebrity push? And the guy that I beat for the championship is who you have as one of your top prospects for the main title. You know, the CCW World Championship. You remember that one, the one that I was supposed to face QT Marshall for that I never got my opportunity. I still am owed a CCW World title match. I defeated in my first night of the Tennessee tournament the Cruiserweight champion. Baby, I'm sitting at a hot 204. I deserve a Cruiserweight championship opportunity. I mean, the way you treated me has uprooted my family. Look at my husband. He is distraught over this disrespect. Be distraught.
I'm distraught.
Yeah, I mean, it's the disrespect every time I turn around. So I want you to know, everybody will have a nice little photo op with this belt before it's retired. I'm not defending it against Aaron Rourke. He has done nothing but copy my career since day one. He's wished Timu Dylan McQueen. I don't need a piece of paper to tell me who I am. I show it every single time I show up to the building. And when I walk away, everyone's always chanting Zaddy. I don't need Gabe Sapolsky to give me the little rub and tell me I am somebody.
I'm speechless. I mean, you have been a fighting champion, Dylan. You've been a huge part of what we've done up in Tennessee. You can't take one thing away from you. But I mean, you and Aaron Rourke is happening on Saturday. I think that's a huge match.
For him, I won't deny it 1 second. For him, of course. You know, people like Sean Legacy, people like Aaron Rourke, who have just been handed a contract that tells them they are somebody good. I hope you get there as quickly as you can because I'm taking the long way to get there, the hard-earned way. And guess what? When they're trickling off as I rise to the top, I'll give them a little prayer. I'll give them a little high five on the way out and say, oh my gosh, that was such a big moment for us. This is a big moment for Aaron Rourke. If the Tennessee championship was on the line, but it's not going to be on the line because I've defended it against everybody that you have put in front of me. And as far as I'm concerned, there's just nobody that can handle what I got. There's nobody that can handle the smoke. I have done it. I've been down to Florida. Cha-Cha Charlie did not attacked me after the match, by the way. Your fighting champion attacked me after the match. The referee put hands on me. He attacked me after the match, and I still trotted out of there with the CCW Tennessee Heavyweight Championship. So as far as I'm concerned, I have nothing left to prove.
Okay, Dylan. I mean, that's your opinion. Obviously, like I have only positive things to say about what you've brought to Tennessee. I will be there I will be there Saturday. I will be there at Music City Fight Night 7.
Oh.
So
I
I'm
love that for you. Oh my God, I love that for you. So do me a favor, go ahead and get you a little seat right in the front row. You can put that little disgusting trick that announces everybody, Robin. She can sit right there with you. You guys can watch as I put the title to rest. And you know what? I think something that would be really cute is if you had some cruiserweight championship and some CCW world title dates lined up for me to come and just, collect what is mine.
I think I think both of those things can be true. We'll be speaking on Saturday, but yes, I have no problem. I think you deserve that CCW. You earned that CCW heavyweight title opportunity. But Dylan McQueen, we're so excited for that match on Saturday, and we're excited to see you continue your ascent as that CCW Tennessee champion.
Well, you know what? This is all on tape. I've been recording it all, and I will be sharing it with my legal team just so that there's kind of a binding verbal agreement and precedence that I will be getting my title shot. So for the first time, you and I actually can agree on something. So I will see you Saturday. I'm going to send you a link to all the amenities that I require for my ceremony to go ahead and put this gorgeous championship to rest. I'm so tired of people commenting online saying, is the title is going away. And I just want to say this right now so that you don't get surprised on Saturday and there's no mix up. There is nobody big enough, bad enough that is going to stop me from putting that title to rest. So keep that in your little back pocket. I actually have some things to do at the moment. So I hope you have a great night and goodbye. Goodbye.
And just like that, what a bombshell dropped on us. Nelly, you're gonna have
The match is for the Tennessee title. I just got to say, we're going to have a wild Saturday. This is just the beginning. I know what Dylan said. And look, Dylan has a point. He deserved that opportunity for the CCW heavyweight title.
we're gonna have to get him down in Florida. He's gonna have to get a championship opportunity down here.
I think Eddie Valentine already said no, but I think I think that's wild. Anytime Dylan McQueen steps into the picture, some wildness. Guys, go watch AEW Dynamite. Tyler, thank you so much. Thank you guys. Thank you, Dylan McQueen. Thank you to myself for getting my brain power back. Be able to invite someone on the fly like that. That was very good. Please. Oh wow. Now the chat is going off. What is going on right now?
It's Florida versus Tennessee. It's pure chaos in this chat.
Gun. I just said, all I said was I want my Tennessee team to step up. And all of a sudden, place exploded. I meant to say this. We've been running for 4 years consistently in the state of Tennessee. There are fans who've been watching every show for 4 years. I've seen fans for 4 years. And it's Florida versus Tennessee. I own a home. I have a business. I love the state of Tennessee. So please. I love it. I love what we're doing. Thank you to the fans. Thank you to the fans in Tampa. Thank you for everybody. Thank you for the Bash fans. Like 52. How many was 53 bashes this coming up?
53 coming up.
Yeah, 53 coming up in a row. And just you guys love what we're doing, but I love what you guys are doing. Thank you to Gangrel for really busting his ass Wednesdays for 10 hours. He's in that school from 10 a.m. to at least 8 to 10 o'clock. 12 hours he's in that school. Thank you, man. Thank you to Dan. Thank you to Matthew Mashler. Thank you to Tyler. Thank you to Lizzie Almeida. Thank you to Ariel Levy. All the guys who just have been awesome. Thank you to Kevin Sullivan. Thank you to Bianca and Nicole Sullivan. Thank you to Sabu, Vince Steele, and most importantly, thank you to all the fans. This was awesome. This has been great. Be there at Breakout. Be there at Vivo's. Vivo's is such an important show. Then be there at Bash. Then be there at Game of War. I'm asking a lot, guys. But the ticket sales are incredible, and it's because of all the people watching this now. Thank you. And come to the CCW training facility. Come to the Tennessee shows. If you want to get involved, just shoot a message on the website, or just you can email MEEMME at ccwrestlingfl.com or Sergio at ccwrestlingfl.com for any questions, or how to get involved, or how to sign up, or all that good stuff. Wrestling, I always knew that I was going to be involved in wrestling, but this is awesome. It's passion, and now that my daughter is old enough to watch and understand and love wrestling, it's added another element. So just everyone just saying thank you thank you so much. We'll be back with an insider. It won't take a year. We were working on we were working with a television studio on this really cool hybrid version of insider, but just sometimes it comes down to money and studio time and a bunch of stuff. But this is a blast, Tyler. I would do this with you every day if I had no life.
Yeah.
Or if I liked you more, Tyler.
That's
But
true.
I would do this every single day for every single one of you fans. And this is the state of the union of the last territory. This is the state of CCW 2025. Thank you so much, and I'll see you at the matches.
Thank you, everyone.
You have been watching CCW Insider, produced by Minutes to Bell Time in association with Coastal Championship Wrestling.